Hey guys, this is Laurel. Quick, well, not so quick because there's going to be a second part to this video. Just coming on to let you guys know that I will be releasing the Nadia Cowl today. Hopefully this afternoon, but well, hopefully by the time you see this, it'll be already out there. It is going to be out there at 20% discount along with all my other patterns. I know a few people just bought a couple patterns, so I apologize for the timing, but it is what it is. All the other patterns will be on 20% off through Monday, and then after that, just the Nadia Cowl will be at discount of 20% off. So that should be, hopefully by the time you see this, everything should be up on Ravelry and ready to go. I have not yet added it to Craftsy, but I will. I haven't figured out how to do the discounts on Craftsy, if you can even do that. Still investigating that, but right now it will be on discount on Ravelry. So you will see this picture in the pattern, as well as a different one that I did. That one I no longer have here because I got somebody to model it for me, and I gave it to her as a gift, as a thank you gift. So that will be there. The other thing is I did a quick, not a tutorial so much, a quick demonstration of the single crochet, not the single crochet, the slip stitch ribbing, because I know Kim of Blue Cherub 82 was having issues with it, so I just did a little demonstration, not so much a tutorial. Now let me tell you, and I'll mention it in the video, it took me like 25 minutes to figure out a setup to be able to, you know, deal with all the shadows and the positioning of the camera. So kudos to everyone who does tutorials. I'm just not set up for that. So anyway, after this, I will pop in the little demonstration of the slip stitch and talking about yarns and all that. So thank you all in advance. I have my craft fair tomorrow, so hopefully after that I will do a fuller video. I don't think I have that much to show. I have a couple of things to show, and by then it might just be pictures because I'm taking it with me to the craft fair. So I will pop that in after this, and hopefully it makes sense to everybody, and that's it. Oh, what am I wearing? This is one of the Kalina headbands. This was one that I made way too big from last year, and I've had it sitting in my whip island to undo it and make it smaller, but I never got around to it as usual, so I decided to just put it on today. So you may be hearing thumping and other noises. I mentioned it in the video after this that there's road work still going on my street, and right now they're doing the sidewalk. So literally I have giant machines right outside my door. So that is all. I will talk to you guys sometime this weekend, hopefully, and I hope the next video coming up makes a lot of sense to you guys, or at least helps you guys out, and hopefully if everything goes as planned, the pattern release will be out there already by the time you see this. All right, thank you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, this is Laurel of the Dabbling Hook. So you can already hopefully not see the shaking. I am going to attempt a very mini tutorial of, not really a tutorial, just a demonstration of the slip stitch rib beanie. No, not the rib beanie, just the slip stitch brim. I know Kim of Blue Cherub bought the pattern, thank you very much, and she was having issues with the rib being small, with the brim being small, and she thinks, and when I first saw her comment, I thought that it was probably the yarn, I did mention to her that I have noticed that the UK chunky yarns seem, to me anyway, more like a worsted, but not all chunky yarns are created equal. Oh, first of all, this little gauntlet here I'm wearing is to hide a burn. I was making myself some tea, and I guess my kettle objected to being taken off the burner and poured into a cup, and it sploshed all over my arm, and I had a couple of choice words when that happened. So it's in the healing phase. It's super itchy and not very camera worthy, so bear with that. So anyway, the chunky yarn, the pattern is written in this yarn here. This is Lion's Pride or Lion Brand wool spun, which they've discontinued, sadly. There is a new one coming out, but there is no wool in this new one, and I haven't seen it out anywhere, at least not around my way. So anyway, it's made in this, the pattern, but you can use any number 5 bulky. However, this is also a number 5 bulky. This is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch bulky. It's not very. To me, this would be a worsted weight yarn, and I think this is probably what I noticed the UK chunkies look like, at least on camera to me. So that could be the reason. And if you take a look at the two together, you can really see the difference. This is like, this compared to the red, the gray is pretty much a super chunky. But this is what I classify or I count as a bulky or chunky yarn. So I've started a little swatch here, and I think I am up 5 rows, 6 rows in, and it's a pretty sizable little swatch already. So the row counts for the pattern would definitely come out, Kim, in this this weight of yarn. I know you said you were going to try for a different yarn. So this is not so much, I guess, a tutorial, but just to show you the yarn that I used and what it looks like. I will do a little swatch with this one and show you the difference. Number 5, but very, very much different. So, and the other thing, the other way I do my, this is really difficult. If you could only see what I have rigged up, it took me about 25 minutes to figure out something, and hopefully it doesn't fall apart. Precarious is not the word I would use. It's more than precarious how I have this set up. But anyway, so I'm at the end of this row. I chain 1. I like to pull my chain 1 a little tighter, but keep this loose. Turn and slip stitch across. Oops, just split that. And I know Kim had mentioned that it looks small on one end. That's sort of the nature of this stitch, the slip stitch. You'll start off and it looks fine. As you go along, it looks like it shrinks a little. Because the slip stitch is so small, it does tend to pull in a little on itself, and depending on your tension, you might pull it a little tighter, not realizing it. So it does, when you're done, one end definitely looks a little smaller than the other. As you can tell here, it's wide here, but it's starting to look a little smaller here. So for my last stitch, I like to go under both. Sometimes I start and end under both, but here I'm doing the first one in the back loop, all the others in the back loop, and then the last one I'd go under both. And then chain 1, again, I pull a little tight, turn, and start over. Now, when I'm done with the whole length that I need, I do give it a little tug to straighten it out, and it does. It comes back pretty much. And what I like about the slip stitch is it is very stretchy, and unlike knit, once crochet stretches, it doesn't come all the way back to where it was, but I do find with the slip stitch you do get a good bit of memory, so it does come back to where it is. I have worn a hat pretty much all through the winter, washed it a few times, and it still hugs my head pretty well. Obviously not with that initial tightness, but it doesn't slip off my head basically. So so I just basically wanted to show you the difference between the yarns and what it looks like, and I am going to go do a swatch of that, and I'll come back and show you the difference in the two. Even though they're two number 5 bulkies, they're definitely different weights, and to me, I would call this really a worsted, what I like to look for in a worsted, and this would be the bulky. So I will be back. Okay, so I am back, and I'm almost at the end of the row, and hopefully you can see. Same number of starting stitches, same hook, number 5 yarn, but look at that. It's so much different. I should take that off. So much different. So Kim, I think that's probably where the issue that you were having stems from, is the yarn. Different yarns definitely will result in a different different size. So just look for a number 5 that's on the heftier side, and I think you will be fine. The other thing I wanted to point out, and sorry for the hands, I wasn't planning on this, it just inspiration struck. So the other thing that I wanted to point out, I am, like I said, this is very precariously perched right now, but something that I've always thought about, I kind of down myself on, I am a self-professed clunky crocheter. When I started watching tutorials, and over the years, the people who do it, the people who've been crocheting for a while, which I have been, they seem to just glide through, and it's just smooth and everything. And when I say clunky, I mean like when I can't get into a stitch, I use my fingers. I get in there, I open up the stitches, especially when you come to the last one, like you can't get in there, I will tug it open, I will get in there, I will push it through. Like this one doesn't want to cooperate, you get in there. It's clunky. It's not, there's no finesse, because I need to get it to look the way it needs to. I need to get the hook in there. So that's another reason I'm hesitating about doing any kind of tutorials. Plus, like I said, this was just spur of the moment, and I didn't put any lotion on, so you get my dry cuticles and unmanicured, well, I shouldn't say unmanicured, I hardly, maybe once or twice I paint my nails, so once or twice a year. So this is me. And all my nails break. They'll grow to this long, and then they break all the way at the base, so I end up with stubs. So anyway, sidebar. Also, there is road work going on right outside my door, like literally they're widening the sidewalk because they've been doing repairs on the road, and it's literally right outside my door. So you may be hearing some of that rumbling on the video. Hopefully not, it's not picking it up. Yeah, so that's it. Hopefully it helps anyone who's bought the pattern, that you're not doing anything wrong. Slip stitches are notoriously difficult. It takes getting used to. I used to despise it because you all know that I like things fast, and this is slow. But once I finally got the hang of it, I love it. I hardly ever use a single crochet. I like to do a slip stitch because I think it makes the hat last longer. It gives it better stretch, better hold on your head. I just like it. And once you get going, once you get into your rhythm, it's not that bad, and before you know it, you're done. So yes, it does take a little longer than doing a single crochet, but I think it's well worth doing the slip stitch. I think it's just a little warmer because when it's stretched, it's not as holy, and you get that little bit of elasticity to your hat. All right. This glove is from a tutorial, I think I missed a stitch here, by Tea Time Crochet. I don't know if she still has it because I know she's moved on to doing the Patreon thing, and I know she's taken a few of her videos off and only made it available to Patreon subscribers. So, but this was from her, and I was trying it out because I wanted a distinct thumb gusset, and obviously did a few things wrong because it was the first time, but it serves as a hand warmer for when I work at home. So, and a burn hider. That is it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.